Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to be doing another stream of M.A.S.S Builder. I just need to figure out how loud this is. Also, going to be messing around with the Pale Rider, a variant of it at least, because I have so many of them. So I'm going to be doing the standard one, and I'm just going to be doing a bit of survival with it, just to show it off a little bit outside of the gameplay that I already filmed. And also just to hang out with everybody in chat. So, hello, hope you're doing okay. Let's enjoy the stream. I'm just I'm gonna select the mission now and hope that I have this upgraded the way that I want. I just realized I could literally make this like a full armor variant if I wanted to, if I was gonna be crazy. You know, from like Thunderbolt. That'd be nuts. Let's do a normal difficulty on survival here and see how far we get, because I just want to mess around with this and have a good time, because I really like this suit after spending ages creating it. I'll also just check chat as well. Okay, I can't see chat at all. For some strange reason, I'm going to quickly check YouTube here. There we go. You'll be able to hear me twice now. Hey, John. Oh, right. So yeah, hope everybody's okay. I can see chat now. So yeah, we're going to be playing with the Pale Rider. I don't know how loud the audio is. I imagine it's extremely loud because it's M.A.S.S Builder. So, anyone like want to tell me whether it's too loud or not? Oh, master volume is like that. Let's lower it to like 50. On like everything. And away we go. So yeah, this is one of the many variants of the Pale Rider. That reminds me, I need to change the options here. Where's the controller? I need to change the button for B as energy launcher. I need it to do what was it? It's interact. I need it to change with what was the left trigger? It was booster. Aiming mode, nope. Target lock. Oh, that might be what's screwing me up. Where's the left stick down then? Oh, there is no left stick down. Oh no, wait, yeah, there is. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh, that's a problem. Huh. Can I use that? Think I can? Volume is fine, said John. Oh, nice. So that now should allow me to go all the way all over the place. Because the whole thing is when I was recording footage for this the other day, it was absolutely terrible, and it just kept on saying, you have no lock, you're too far away, and I couldn't move at all. So yeah, we're going to be showing off the rider in all its glory here. And I'm going to be trying to use out all of its abilities if possible. I absolutely love that 180. It's so good. It's not really too good at melee, but it does the job. Ooh. There's still issues with stuff not hitting at long range, but it's whatever. So yeah, it took me ages to make this, and I made sure I got my my money out of it in terms of like the builds, because I wanted to make every rider. Admittedly, the hardest one to make was actually the white one because of the head on it. But yeah, it's all good. So after that, I've just been taking a break and getting some other stuff done to do with like 3D modeling and chilling out with the family. So having a good time, Yeah, what I plan on doing is every so often when I've put up like a video for one of the riders, is I'll just do like a survival video and just hang out with people. I might even eventually, when I get some time, go back to the Easy 8. Because I actually want to redo the Easy 8 with the new body model that I've got for the ground Gundam. Or rather, for the newer model that I had for the ground Gundam. Which will improve it dramatically. But yeah, there's still plenty of builds I can do on this game. Especially because I want to do SDCS stuff as well. Because I've still got plenty of SD frames to build. It's a case of whenever I get time and when I'm not doing plenty of other things. Oh, dude, double stick there? You just gotta sue the devs. No, I'm just gonna actually, like, highlight the issues to them. Oh. Oh, I thought that I'd locked on then. It's the only problem with changing the auto target is it sucks now for trying to get certain things to lock on because the way I've got the controller set up. Because the left stick down used to double up as boost and target at the same time. I actually just thought, can I change it to right down instead? That'd actually be, I think, a little bit better. Because it'd double up as quantum break as well. Where is it? If I do that... Oh, no. That's stupid. If I have that, and then try it. So how you doing, John? There we go, that's a little bit easier. Because it's just a single tap for locking on the right stick down. I don't believe we're up to wave 5 already, come on. So yeah, individual gameplay videos of the riders will be up like every 3 days, I think, until we get to the very last one. Gives me time to also fix the cavalry, because the cavalry's weapons are slightly screwed. Hey Alvin, how you doing? I was just on the undernet, so if you end up like on the undernet later on, I'll end up talking to you or something. I literally went on the undernet before stream just to see who was on, chatted a little bit, listened to some music, and then I was like, yeah, I'll go and do some streams. I'm doing good. I'm just taking breaks in between working on Immersion Tale. I obviously did the video outlining what I want to put in the update. Later on, I'm going to be doing a bit more work on New Home and actually doing the castle, so you might see like a silent stream from me again. I do those silent streams when I can't say anything due to either family being asleep or building work going on, of which there is plenty at the moment, so I'm trying to do like streams during the day as well. When I'm not around family or when I can get away with it. Oh, so yeah, lots of streaming at the moment, which is actually funny because I'm seeing it actually help on YouTube a little bit, so that's got me a little bit happy. But yeah, everyone normally asks me because a lot of my viewers are American, so they normally ask me like, dude, why have you got a microphone? You know, what's going on? And I'm just like, I can't talk at the same time. I'm British. You know, it's pretty funny. Oh, but yeah, I don't want to be keeping my wife and kid up with my constant chatter, so. Oh. Reminds me, I still need to finish my tutorial on how to build suits like this, because I got asked to do one, so I'm like halfway through doing that video as well. John says, I'm doing good. Pupper is sleeping with family tonight, so I can finally sleep in my own bed. Oh, dude. Like, so, talk about sleep recently, apart from like me having a double migraine the other day because of the baby waking me up because of a teething. So, yeah, like late at night, she woke me up, and I didn't even realize, like, I must have subconsciously woken up and then gone back to sleep. And then I woke up like 2 hours later, went to the toilet, and then went back to sleep. And then I woke up like 5 hours later, right as the builders were knocking on the door. And I didn't even realize that had happened because I don't remember the first time I woke up. So I was like, oh, I've had 5 hours sleep, it's no big deal. And not knowing that I was going to have a migraine. Something triggered one, and I ended up with a headache. But I was like, you know what? I'll try and ride it out and see what happens. So I tried riding it out, didn't work, and I ended up with a headache for most of the day. And I was like, nah, I'll hold off on painkillers because I want to see how it goes. And then I completely forgot to drink water, mainly because I had like one drink. And I've been really scared about like over drinking since I kind of flushed my system full of electrolyte. Oh, well, out of electrolytes one time when I thought I was dehydrated, so I drank tons of water. So I did completely the opposite and didn't drink anything and caused a double migraine to happen. Which, let's put it this way, it was not nice. It knocked the living daylights out of me, so I ended up having to go to a friend's to sleep because of the baby teething again. So that was not nice. And then when I come back, I found out the builders have left the door open to the bedroom that they're working next to. So my entire bed is covered in dust, of which I'm highly allergic to. And we didn't really have time to clean it because we were dealing with the baby and stuff. So I ended up sleeping in a literally dust-caked bed, which was not nice for my allergies because my skin reacts to it as well very violently. So yeah, I've had one hell of a last couple of days. Never let Moodydata. Wave over, let Moodydata, let go Moodydata. You got this, man. So yeah, imagine your bed is like caked in dust from builders doing like construction work or repair work. Yeah, I had to sleep in that because there was nowhere else to sleep. So yeah, my breathing and my allergies weren't particularly happy with that choice. So yeah. Oh, but when it's all done, it'll be good. I had to get Jen's help like the next day to help clear it up because one of us obviously has to look after the baby. So fun times. Not been your week. Yeah, it really hasn't. So it's been pretty nuts. On the other hand, the baby's been really cute. Like it makes it all worth the terribleness at the moment, or just how bad it's been, because like the baby's been really happy because I've just been playing with her loads, like whenever I can, really. And my usual thing, like since she was born, is I've always said to Jen, like, you always have to wear a smile around with her. You can't not smile because, you know, she's so happy. Might as well keep her like that. So we both wear giant smiles around the house all the time. And it's funny because whenever I come down from like working on stuff and I spend a lot of time with her, I'll be all smiling, like the most I've ever smiled before. And you should see her little face. It's adorable. She just smiles her head off and starts happily squealing because she's like, oh my god, this is awesome. So yeah, I always get really happy when I see her like that. So it's incredibly cute. So that makes up for all the crap. Oh, let's fire a 180 round over there. There we go. Good shot. Hey, memes. Today is the day. Wait, which day? Mario RPG releases again. Oh, yeah. Is it bad? Is it bad saying that I'm not really a Mario guy, so I don't keep track of Mario releases? If it's a Sega one, then yeah, but... You know. If it was Sega, I'd be like, oh yeah, totally on top of that. The game's great. No, I understand it's a good game, like from its reputation and everything. I just, I obviously haven't played. Oh. It was funny actually, because me and Jem were keeping track of where we were putting all the games at the moment, because we normally keep the games in the bedroom. But because the builder's coming to repair stuff, we've had to move everything to, you know, make sure that nothing goes missing. And, yeah, we priced up and scanned all of our collection in to just make sure that we've got it all documented and how much it's worth. And apparently in USD, our entire collection is like 20 grand, which I did not expect. Like 20 grand estimated minimum. That's just the games, not the consoles. So yeah, I was like, wait, what? I think the most expensive game we own is Burning Rangers for the Saturn, which is the precursor to Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast. So yeah, pretty nuts. I actually thought it would have been something else, like Ranger X or Legend of Dragoon for PS1, but apparently not. Not gonna lie, says Memes, I only bought it to play the last Mario RPG I haven't played. Ignoring Thousand Year Door. I know I've seen Jem play Paper Mario. That was fun. That reminds me, I said to Jen I'd get a Pikmin 4 at some point because Pikmin's really fun as well. I need to see if anybody's made a Pikmin avatar in VR chat where you just control like an army of Pikmin for a laugh. It was also funny because somebody was being slightly intimidating to somebody on VR chat that I know before I came on. So I deliberately just selected map part and started running around with all caps on going, content, I see content, and they just kind of freaked out and left. So I was like, there we go, thank you very much. Normally I don't do that to people unless it's like a joke, but for that kind of thing, it was like, no, dude, you're not wanted, just leave. No nights into dreams. Yeah, I've got nights and Christmas nights. We got them quite a while ago. Like, it was actually cool. That was when we used to use eBay with, what was it, postal checks, where you just send a check through the mail. That's going back a long time. That's like 2006, 2007, I think. But yeah, Nights is actually one of my favorite games. I like playing it every Christmas. So expect Nights to be on the list of things for me to play real soon. Along with some other games, because I mean, like, I could just go through all of Spyro again if I wanted, because it's on Steam for like $10 or something. I really want to do that. I really want to do Klonoa 1 and 2, because I still need to complete them on the Reverie. And then I'm trying to remember what else I want to play, because I just want to play some like casual platformers for people, while at the same time playing all the mech stuff that everybody kind of expects from my channel, and also doing Immersion Tale. So yeah, it's pretty nuts. Hey Shoga, how you doing? I like these kind of streams because it means I can just chill with everybody and just have a good natter about anything while also playing stuff in the background. Ooh. Oh. Try and fire a bunch of 180 rounds at these and then I can just shoot the rest with the bullpup. So yeah, how's everybody doing in chat anyway? I know at one point I'm going to be on the Undernet later on. Oh, or at least I think I'm going to be. Primarily because I don't like missing out on anything that goes on. I normally like going every couple of days. Ooh. Oh. Okay, that's one stuck. There's one on the floor there that's just not getting up. Nope. Also, it's actually kind of funny because I recently found a remix of Hopes and Dreams that is so damn good from one of the smaller creators on YouTube, and I'm like, I need this for the ending of Immersion Tale. I just need it, but it's only like a minute long. I turned around to the creator. I was like, dude, I've been listening to this on repeat for like a solid like couple of days now. Can we get like a full version of it? And the response was just bet. So I'm assuming that means, yeah, I don't know, so I really want that to happen. Oh, John says, oh no, wait. You got this, man. Believe in yourself, says Foxy. Oh yeah, the thing is, it's like a survival mode, so it's just a case of like how far I can get, so I'm just trying to use my suit to the best of my ability. Because like for anyone that's not seen this game, basically it's a mech builder where you just get parts and then build your own mech. And I always build stuff that looks like Gundams, because Gundams are popular, you know, and I really like them. So I normally build Gundam-style suits. So this is me trying to trick other people that don't know that this is a Gundam game when it's not. It's actually pretty funny. That's like my whole goal for this game is just to see if I can get people to go, wait a minute, what Gundam game is that? It's like, yeah, it's not a Gundam game. Because it means I've done my job really well, because it takes forever to make some of these builds. Like, some people literally spend, like, a good week building one mech, and normally I get it down to, like, an hour or two. because of the simple style that I use. I'm not saying it's any better. I'm just saying I don't like using as much time as everybody else does to do all the very finite details, or the very small details. So what we're doing here is this is infinite survival, more or less, where it just goes on until I lose energy from the shield that we're next to, but we're doing alright at the moment. Wave 14. Shoku says, good, finish my weekend. It can only be good. After this, I'm going to be doing Armored Core 6 for a bit. So yeah, that's going to be fun doing that, but I don't know whether to do that with the mic on or not. I finished editing the intro for the new Immersion Tale update the other day. Lots of jokes in it and community stuff. Funny thing is, it's meant to be about Immersion Tale, but it's literally 2 minutes of the community just being wacky. But I just adore the community so much. It's like, I can't not feature everybody for a laugh, you know? It's always good just to have everybody come in and be like, wait a minute, you filmed this? It's like, oh yeah, I film almost everything. You know, so... Lots of crazy stuff. I did a lot of crazy editing after I did the stream stuff, so lots of extra editing and getting various remixes from YouTube. Ooh. Come on now. I'm actually doing alright here at the moment. I can't remember whether I've actually ever got past like wave 15 on this. Ooh. I just realized I've not got any swappables for some of my main weapons as well. Like, normally you can have 1 or 2 main weapons equipped at the same time, and I've literally got 1 of each. Meme says, I'm currently taking a break from VR chat. Nice, nice. Especially because of what you said the last time, it's definitely worth taking a break. Meanwhile, one of the guys right now who actually runs my my private Discord has only just got VR because of him getting a Quest. So I've been introducing him slowly to the world of VR and just being like, dude, you really shouldn't take this too fast because you might mess yourself up. Because for anyone who hasn't seen it, I had VR sickness for like 3 years because I, as part of my former work, I ended up rushing into VR a little bit too much. In terms of what I was supposed to be doing, and I screwed myself up for like 3 years with VR sickness, which is an actual real thing. So yeah, I ended up suffering from vertigo, which I'd never suffered from up until then, and yeah, it was not nice. It was that bad, it was giving me like anxiety and stuff, and I'd never had that before, so it was a fun 3 years of feeling like I was on the spinning teacups at Disneyland, you know, constantly all the time. Oh. But yeah, if you've seen the main video on my channel that comes on when you type in like Moodydata YouTube, you'll probably understand why I can't talk about that kind of stuff. Oh. Considering I had to get permission to put that video up, you know, I had to clear it with the higher ups. So, fun times. John says, I'm playing Minecraft since I'm puppy free tonight because most games just feel cold to me now. Minecraft's really good though. Like, honestly, when I've always enjoyed playing, like, I'll do some really stupid and crazy stuff. Like, I'll build a 400 block minecart rail or something like that, so I can just like go underneath an entire map or whatever. For anyone that's seen the old Minecraft streams, you've seen me do that on stream, and I'll just build under the entire map. But yeah, Minecraft's really fun just to chill out on. Like, especially me and Sean and Jen and Stu used to play it loads before we had the kid. You know, so it's fun just to get on, because it's like this, you can just chill and don't really need to think about it too much. Oh. And then if you like me, you're like building an entire armory full of Iron Man style dummies with iron armor all over them so that you can just constantly go raiding like the Nether or somewhere like that. Oh. It's actually really cool when you do that, where you have like 3 floors of iron armor just on dummies. Meme says, otherwise just playing through Super Mario RPG. Nice. That reminds me, I need to see what other games we can get on the Switch and stuff, because like, there gotta be some exclusives on there that we've not got yet. I might need to get Xenoblade as well, because I've got all the other Xenoblade games. But I really want 3 still, just so I'm not missing out. And also the whole deal with X, because I want X to come to the Switch, but they've said multiple times that they don't want to because of the budget and everything, and it's like, dude, come on. Xenoblade 2 is basically built off of Xenoblade X's engine. No, it's like, it's the craziest thing ever with them withholding X, because X is a particular divisive part of the series, because it looks really good. It's like the best looking game on the Wii U, and that's where it stayed for ages unless you've got an emulator. The entire premise of X is really cool. Oh. Foxy Alvin says lol. Ooh. John says, can't play Destiny 2 anymore. Since personal crap happened back in March, I just feel disheartened whenever I go on. Ah. Especially because I think the controversy as well hasn't helped recently, you know, with all the stuff surrounding Bungie. Well, I should say new Bungie, not old Bungie. Old Bungie like ended at like 2011 or just before then, like after the launch of Halo Reach, basically. Oh. Because I was so, I think I've mentioned this before, but I was so hyped for Destiny originally until I actually played the demo, because I was like, Bungie can't do anything wrong because they've already made Halo 1 through Reach, you know, and I really enjoyed those, so they can't do anything wrong, right? And then they go ahead and make Destiny, which I was not particularly happy with. It felt boring. It felt really boring, and I was just like, nah. Even though it was inspired by stuff like Diablo and Phantasy Star Online, which I absolutely love to death. To the point where it's like I constantly bring up Phantasy Star Online in conversations whenever I can. Same thing with Halo, really. I'll bring up Halo as much as I can whenever I can, primarily because of how much of an effect it had on me as a kid. Or rather, not so much as a kid, but as a teenager and young adult. Oh. Like, for anyone that's not been on the channel long enough to hear this story, Halo 1 and Halo 2 in particular were the 2 games that got me into really like games design and the games industry in general. So yeah, I tend to, without even realizing it, sometimes bring up Halo in conversation because it's the most familiar thing to me outside of like Sega stuff. So whenever I get the chance, I'll just be like, so anyway, Halo, you know. I'm surprised nobody started saying like, dude, again? Because it is an easy pattern to recognize once you realize. It's like, I'll be in conversation, I'll be trying to think of something design-wise with a video game that I know about that's like really cool or whatever, or has my interest, or something that's particularly inspiring, and then I'll just be like, so anyway, old Bungie and Halo. It happens all the time. That reminds me, Shoga, are you still in chat? Ooh. Wait for him to answer if he's still here. I just realized I'm slowly losing the shield here. I absolutely love being able to play as the Pale Rider in this now. It's so good. Dude, I love the way they've buffed energy autos back to being satisfying. No joke, it was so bad having no energy autos because a lot of my builds use them. It's like, I want my cosplay builds back, devs. And then they give me the buff to the energy autos, which allows me to actually use them again. I'll probably get to wave 20 by the look of this. Provided I'm playing decently. Like, I'm trying to build up my my gauge as well. Oh, there we go. I'm like, I'll try and build up my gauge so I can do melee attack. So the big guys take 3 detonations from the 180. If I hit. But, depending on the range of it, it might just skim past him. because the time for travel is ridiculous. Dude, I don't believe we've been at this for 30 minutes. It used to take 10 minutes to get to like wave 10, so that's pretty nuts. So if I can get past this wave, I'll get to wave 10. John says when you stream AC6 but no oh yeah, definitely. The one thing I hate is people being like, dude, I completed it like last month, you should have played it by now. And I'm like, look, I understand I'm a mech channel. I don't keep up to date because I now have a kid and I'm doing a major animation project, so I've got other things that I want to do and other games that I want to chill out on. And the worst part about it is because AC6 literally takes away from the one thing that made the previous ACs good, which was customization. There's just not enough of it that looks like a classic AC game. To be honest, it kind of doesn't have my full attention. Like, I don't even know what the story is. I have no clue what the story is, even though normally I piece it together over time anyway. But like, AC6 in general has not got my attention as much as the other AC games. Like, at least it's not 5. But that's saying a lot when it's getting high praise for everything, and I'm like, well, let's have a look. So I had a look at the Game Awards, and apparently it's down for like, top gameplay. And it's like I've been saying before, the gameplay is fantastic, but I don't know, man, they need to give me more parts. I loved juggling, like, the option of buying 100 parts or something on the old games and them all having unique looking styles that didn't all look really weird and alien. You know, I understand the need for some really weird looking designs, but some of them don't look like AC at all, which is the problem I had with 5. You know, his 5's designs look too crazy. Xram says, hey, what's good looking? How you doing? I'm doing fine, Xram. It's nice to actually see you and talk to you again. You know. It's like I've said many times, I like seeing familiars on the channel because, you know, it's just nice. I remember certain people by certain things. It's always nice having that familiarity. Oh. See how far I can get here, because it looks like I'm actually tearing up everything like mad at the moment. Can we just go Devastate form here and we'll just update my, not so much update, but upgrade my attack power for a little bit. It's almost like being in Hades here. I was half tempted to do an actual other build of the Pale Riders, just all in like Hades or whatever. I think it was like, what, Hades, Zeus, and then there's another one. I think, but it's like, do I do them in that, or, you know, do I just leave it and do them as is? Because I can do like separate builds. It's literally just recolors, no problem. I at least want to do one recolor for the my version, which would just be black. You know, so I figured that's not too bad. Because I think I did that with my Easy 8 as well, where I was like, yeah, here's the GBO2 version. It's just Moody variant with MDY on the shoulder. So I figure if I do that, or do like other versions, because I want to do a full decaled one, like see if there's any really cool artwork with like a full decaled, almost like an RG version of the Pale Rider. I'd love to do that, and I want to do an SD version if I can. Because an SD version would be brilliant, because it'd be kind of like the, trying to remember what they're called. It's not SD, but it's not SDEX either. It's like I want to say Exchange, but it really isn't. It's Zacharias collects them. They're basically like statue, like small PVC SDs that have SDCS scale limb proportions. Your Pale Rider looks good, very clean, says Xram. Thank you very much. You know, I pride myself on that simplicity and making these designs look close while clean. And it's just getting the head down was so hard. Because, like, I always take after, was it Robert 184 or 183? I'm trying to remember the actual proper username, but I always take after that YouTuber when I remember him saying, like, dude, the head for the mobile suit is the most important thing. And I'm like, yep, that makes sense. So I always focus on the the head of the mobile suit and trying to get it to look as good as it can. You know, and then everything else comes after that. Oh. There we go. Wave 20 there. Dude, that's nuts. This isn't me having a go at Proof, by the way, but I remember Proof saying like, dude, what about the missile pods? Can you like make any custom ones? And it's like, yeah, I can make custom ones, but they just won't look as good as the standard ones at the moment, and the standard ones are only a little bit wrong, so. Robert 184, yes, that was it. Yeah, I remember when Robert was going on about stuff in like videos in the past, and I remember him specifically saying like, I think it was with SDs that he was reviewing at the time, where he's like, yeah, the head of a mobile suit is the most important. You know, so if you get that, if you get that looking good, then the rest of it is great. You know, it'll just go together nicely. And ever since, I always make sure that the builds that I do, the head has to be perfect. Like if I can't get a head on a suit in Mass Builder to look good, then I don't build the suit. It's as simple as I'm very strict with it. Oh. But yeah, he's got a point. You know, they look really, really good. So yeah, let's have a look at the tuning for this at the moment. So there's the Pale Rider in the background. We got engine number 5. Oh wait, engine was number 5 there. I don't know what that other thing was that was on here. That's annoying. I think it was heat turbines. Might have been heat turbines or acceleration. Hang on. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we got Asterite steel engine, microcontroller, turbines, Omnia with a load of alpha assault and beta assault, and then we got a little bit of melee going on here and a little bit of shooting just to give a little bit of tuning across the board. Normally I don't show this off, but like it's whatever. I need to actually see if there are any level 6 nodes for... No, there aren't. I wonder if there are any actually in development here, because that would be like really cool. So I don't even know if we can unlock these yet, because like they've been in dev for ages. Can we actually... Oh no, like, look at that. I've got all the credits, but I don't have the I don't have some of the things here. So we've got like unnoctilium and weaponized physiology upgrades. Don't have that, but all of the money that I would need, you can see it in the bottom left corner here if I move myself for a moment. There we go. If I move myself over here, you can see in the bottom left corner, all that money is legit. Like, some people will use like a trainer or whatever to get that. That's just me making content. You know, it's like I've got all of that through just making content. So that's pretty nuts. I got the photo archive for this thing. So here we've got the Pale Rider. Again, I'm going to do a breakdown of this, but I like doing everything simply. So we've even got the 180 though, which I tried to model as closely as possible to the usual 180. I might actually copy this and use it on my Ground Gundam build and actually redo the Ground Gundam a little bit. That's going to be also cool, putting it on the EZ8 as a secondary. And then we've got the standard beam rifle, which I use on the D2 and the RX-78. And then we've got the bullpup, which I remade with the help of Damon. Mainly because Damon did like a really crazy detailed version that looked awesome, and I was like, I'll try and simplify it while also taking my own build that I did ages ago and just updating it with new parts. So some of the new parts are actually really cool. But that makes that look really clean, and it fits in with the build, because obviously when I'm doing builds like this that look very simplistic, I need everything to just look good, and it needs to all be consistent and fit in. So yeah, that was pretty crazy to do. The only thing I've not done is the assault shield, because shields are really hard to do in Mass Builder, primarily because the way that they're done is just it's too hard to build on top of. I actually need to try and like petition the devs to actually focus on shield customization, because it's sorely lacking. Some of these parts could be done a little bit better and have been done on different riders that I've made a little bit better, like the front skirts and stuff, but it doesn't really matter that much. Again, it can be changed here and there to make it go into Hades if I want. The coolest thing for me is being able to put on all of the leg stuff. As you can see, I've slowly put on the thruster packs and the side thrusters on the legs and then the missile pods. That's done with launchers, which is a cheat way of saying that I literally just built on top of some missile launchers and put them in the legs. But that's always a fun option for doing this with. Again, I'm going through basically how to build the most important parts of any of my suits in like a tutorial video that will be out eventually. I might focus on that over the weekend and get that done. But yeah, it's a nice simplistic build. Same sort of proportions as I normally have. Took Proof's advice when it comes to lowering the shoulders. The shoulders are a lot lower than they would have been in my previous builds. And then kind of used the same thing that I did on the Eggs Gundam for the crazy bits that stick out of the shoulders that have the red and green lights on. I'm gonna use these arm parts as well for the Unit 4 and Unit 5 when I get around to them, because I did have them on my long list of stuff that I want to build. And I do want to try building the F91 as well, because that was the first Gundam suit that I ever saw in M.A.S. Builder that really kind of inspired me. So I want to do the F91 justice by rebuilding it in this style. And then I might do one of Nugs' requests, which was the Cassie from Hathaway's. Just depends whether I can pull it off in this style, because I know a couple of people that have done the Cassie as well, and it looks interesting. But yeah, key things to take away from this build: the knee armor here isn't actually attached to the knee. I love the way it just like disappears when we clip into it with the camera there on the thighs. The knee armor isn't actually attached to the knee; it's attached to the leg because of the way that the knees bend. So that's pretty crazy. And then, again, the head is the most important thing and took forever to build up and get it just right. Normally, I won't attempt to build unless I can get some sort of mass production model out of it. So if I can get like 9 different builds out of one suit, I'll build that suit. Sounds crazy, but it just means that I get more builds pretty easily. Also, the one thing that I do like about this is being able to then put it in like different environments and different poses. So like for instance, let's put it in some kind of like cool environment here. Maybe, nah, it's a bit too blue. We'll put it against this background for the moment, or normally I like darker backgrounds because they just show off stuff a bit better. This one's my normal go-to, but you just said give justice to the F91. I immediately thought of a combination of the F91 and justice. Okay, so no. Let's correct myself there. I want to do justice to the F91, as in like, if I was going to phrase that better, it would be I want to make the F91 that I saw in my style and have it look as good as the one that I saw when this first came out like 4 years ago. But yeah. It'd be cool doing that, especially because of like this suit giving me a load of confidence. I took inspiration from other people's faceplates that they did to make this one up, and it's funny enough, I'd previously tried using the BD1 build that I'd made to make this, and instead I ended up using the Gym Striker, I believe, because the Gym Striker was pretty close in terms of what I'd done to it already to work on it. Do you accept build requests? Yes, I do, Eggsram. I absolutely love putting this thing in different poses, especially that one. That one's cool. That one's also the thumbnail, if I remember rightly. Just having it like that. Something with boobs, says John. That one's pretty cool. That one's like the JoJo pose. If we go like this and then just set him like there and give him the twin sabers. That's just like put him against like the VD1 or something like that. It's just the JoJo pose of I have to get close to you so I can hit you. No, it's so good. Then we got that one. That one's really cool for sort of lunging at enemies. I've used a lot of these before for like preview screenshots. Some of them don't work though, some of them do. That one's a good charging one with beam sabers. And then we've got some of the newer ones here. That one's pretty cool. Not so much with sabers, but with like the rifle and a shield, or with the 180, that's pretty cool. That one's good with sabers because you can pose like that and have him look like he's swinging around behind us. Tequila and Hyperion. I've been thinking about doing Tequila for ages, like literally since about year 2, I think. I need to go and look at whoever's done like the best sombrero and just make it. Because I think Damon may have had a really good sombrero, if I remember rightly. There have been a couple of people that have literally done... Actually, I think Kira on our Discord that came back has done a good sombrero on one of his Mexican builds. So I'll ask him about it, because I could so do Tequila if I can get the hat right. Hyperion, that's from Seed, right? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't that one of the ones in whatever it was called, the Gundam game, Evo. I was going to say the Gundam game that's recently been cancelled. Evo. I love this shot as well, because it just looks really good for like this. Just having it looking sort of off into the distance, like floating there. Or you can even do it with the beam sabers. Where is it? Or just with the rifle. Where is it? Even with the rifle's pretty cool. Hyperion has the big ball shield. Yes, you remember correctly. The thing is, it's like, when I don't interact with certain media for a while, I start forgetting a lot. It's like, it's why people expect me to know a load about Armored Core still. And I'm like, dude, I remember nothing about Armored Core. Well, next to nothing. You know, but like, you could ask me a lot of stuff still about Gundam, and I remember it, because obviously it's one of the main things that I've interacted with over the past, like, 5 years. And then, like, Undertale, I obviously, you know, interacting with that loads recently, but... Max the Gundam says, what's up? Hello. Hello. That looks like an intimidating pose. And then we got the 180 there, and then the bullpup. We got that one. That one's pretty cool. Sorry, I've been playing Jack 2, says Damon. Dude, it's fine, it's fine. We got to, like, wave 21. How you doing anyway, Damon? How's your day been? It's been cool. It's been cool. I love that pose, like the over the shoulder there. And then that one's cool with sabers. Oh no, the knees clip slightly. I need to move that part on the knee, because you can just about see him. Your AC1 videos helping my playthroughs, says X-Ram. Oh, the speedrunning ones. Funny thing is, I could still probably speedrun AC1 if I wanted, but I'd have to practice again. Chilling and watching you play while playing SDG Gen Crossways. Oh, nice, nice. Speaking of SDs, I still need to do videos for these SDs, because I don't think I've actually done them on the channel. So we got like Wing Zero, the Command Gundam, and Epion. I still need to do videos for them. And I need to actually make a new version of Wing Zero as well, in the more up-to-date style that I've got for, you know, like this. John says, make brass. Oh. Is that a mod to make Gundams in this? No, this is not a mod. This is something that I do for fun. This is Mass Builder, a mech customization game on Steam. And yeah, I specifically have been making Gundams for like 4 years in it. I've gotten pretty good at it. Your new GM is looking awesome, says Damon. The thing is that, I don't know whether you're on about the Pale Rider or not, but like, the Pale Rider's built from this Jim Striker because of the head unit. If only it was on PlayStation, says Max the Gundam. Oh, that would be so cool. Mine's been alright since Damon. Been playing Spooderman too. Gameplay's good, but the game looks rough. So yeah, the Gym Striker was inspiration and partial parts transplant for the Pale Rider here. Very informative, especially where you can block passage so that... oh yeah, the terrorist in the parking lot. So he doesn't go anywhere and you can just kill him in like 2 seconds. So funny, that one. Have you made Grandad Gun Tank? I know Damon in chat has. I make certain ones. There's the Devil. You can always put the Devil Gundam on for a laugh again. That's one of my favorites. And then there's the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt is always good no matter what. I wonder if it's actually got the same weapon tuning. I think it does. I'm gonna check out the Thunderbolt with the new controls and everything that I put on and just see what it's like. Those new tracks are amazing for the gun tank. The Devil is thick. Yeah, I'll show the Devil off in a bit. Let's try. Let's try the Thunderbolt on this one. I need to update the Heavy Arms Eagle, I think it is, the one that has the tracks on the back now. I just need to update that and have it be more accurate. Yeah. Builds that I want to do in future, ASAP. Definitely the F91. Definitely the Tequila if I can get the hat down. I love the bugs for this game as well, like that one where you just shoot to the right for no reason though. It never used to happen, it only happens in this build now. I have no clue why. So yeah, Tequila, F91. The Unit 4 and Unit 5. I'm trying to think what else that I had on my list from ages ago, because I'm still trying to do everything on that list. The Cassie Gundam. Gonna call it the Dark Gundam to trigger everyone, says Damon. Oh no, not the Dark Gundam. Oh, because of Western localization. Funny thing is, I have the HG in the loft or the attic. I can't wait until I get to build all my kids eventually when the kid's grown up a little bit and isn't eating everything in sight, because I imagine she'll get used to that eventually and I'll have to hide everything from her. But yeah, as long as she's not like trying to eat small things, then I can get away with hopefully doing kits and having a laugh with her while I'm doing the kits, and then I can eventually build all those like kits that I've got up in the loft, so I can eventually enjoy the massive amount of real grades and high grades and XDs that I've got. And I think I've got a spare master grade red frame that somebody from Sony gave me. So I don't know whether to make that into like a better version of the red frame that I've got, because I did a master grade red frame ages ago and it was absolutely terrible. I was like, maybe I'll redo it again and do it in like metallic red instead this time, like some of the artwork. The thing is, I did a load of metallics ages ago, so I think it might have run its course. Or I could just turn it into like the blue or the gold frame or whatever, or even the green frame. Hey Corsair, nice to see you. I'm literally going to do like an Armored Core playthrough in a little bit, so... Do you have the... PO... Damon, can you do me a favor? Can you post another message or something? Because that thing's getting to say. Do you have a PO box? I have a home post box, but I'd rather not give away that, obvious reasons. I may have to get one. Depending, you know. Get fan mail and just be like, so anyway. Oh, by the way, thank you for everybody that's been using the HLJ link. I don't know how many people have used it, by the way, but thank you for using that, because it's actually been putting a small amount of money into the channel, which instead I've taken away from the channel and put in my daughter's account. So yeah, she's saving up money nicely. So yeah, I was actually surprised because I didn't think anybody would use the HLJ account. But yeah, it's really nice. HLJ, Hobbylink Japan, because I got I would say it's technically sponsored, but it's more like an affiliate link. I don't tell anybody about it. I don't do like like some other channels where they'll turn around and be like, so anyway, if you want to get some stuff, go to HLJ. I don't do that. I just leave it in the description and just be like, so anyway, it's whatever. But for the small amount of people that have used that, it's been really good and been nice being able to put that money towards something good, aka my daughter when she grows up. So it's all good. It's the thing, like anybody that's donated stuff recently or like provided any work for me that I've done and then had to do commissions for, all that money's going towards my daughter. So let's see. Damon says, I gotta try and remake my Zaku 2 for the 10th time. Max the Gundam says, I've just finished another HE gun tank and a heavy arms. Oh, nice. Exam says, oh no, sorry. Corsa says, nice to see you too, yes. Thing is, I do like content and stuff, but like I was saying before, because of me not wanting to wake people up, because my daughter and wife sleep in like the next hour or so, normally if I'm doing streams late in the evening, I'll just turn my mic off. So of course you won't get the same reaction from me, but you will get to still talk to me in text chat if you want to do something like that. So if you still want to hang around in streams and just, chill, I'm all for it. I just got to keep it down. I don't want to go waking up the little one. So yeah, fun times. It's not as if I've stopped making content, and I also try and upload as much as I can. Get spicy stuff in the mail like Taimanin figures, says Damon. Oh, dude. Imagine if I come on and I'm like, so anyway, somebody just donated some money to me and requested me to get Taimanin figures, so I ended up getting the knockoffs off eBay. This is the funny thing, like, the Taimanin figures, they look really nice, but the problem with them is, like, the price of them. The second axe Taimanin figures especially, literally, for like one is like $100. And that's at minimum. And that's before you talk about the, in quotation marks, add-on parts. Whereas the knockoff ones are like $40 on Amazon per piece. And I'm like, it's okay, but then you're running the risk of what are you actually getting because they're all cheap knockoffs from China. You changed, man. You used to be cool, says Damon. I'm joking, says Damon. I'm the same. I just got to, be careful because of, like I've said before, because of the influx of people from the Undertale community on the channel, I just have to be a little bit careful about what I'm doing, I don't want to scare off people, but I do want to have a wider audience range. So it's like, I just gotta be careful of what I talk about. Corsair says, damn, I went to the link and the AC model I wanted is sold out. Whatever you do, do not get the 9-ball kit. You got priority sorted, which is awesome, says Damon. Thank you very much. I mean, it's like, what I do is, at the moment, I try and spend more time with my daughter, obviously, than doing content. But then there are times like now where I can spend like a good few hours online doing content and getting that out, so I'm not losing the channel, because the channel's actually making a little bit, it sounds stupid, but the channel's actually making a little bit more now that the ad block thing by YouTube is in effect, because before it was literally making nothing apart from contributions. But yeah, it's good that I'm still able to make content, it's reaching more people, and I'm actually seeing a little bit from it, which is obviously going back into the channel and saving up for my daughter. But yeah, in terms of like the 9-ball Seraph kit, I was talking, I have talked about this on length for years since I had it, and then binned it. because I got it for like 90 bucks and then binned it after I'd used it because I was using it to model Seraph for limit release when I was making that. If you are interested in 9-ball Seraph, do not get it. It is a really bad master grade. It's not worth it. The best way of describing it, from personal experience, it has no stand or anything like that. So basically, it can't hold up under its own weight, so it's already going to fall over. The joints in it are flimsy as hell, so they can't even hold up its own weight because of the big binders and everything. But in general, they're just flimsy unless you plan on gluing it. You have to be careful what glue you use, because when I actually had mine and it broke, I decided, you know what, I'll glue it. The glue melted the plastic. Basically, older Koto kits, especially Seraph, use really bad plastic in them. Even the remakes, because the one that I got was one of the reissues. And the actual reissue plastic is just as brittle as the original. So, when I say brittle, I mean like really, really brittle. Like, every Gundam kit I've touched has good plastic quality. Old Koto kits like that, and I had another AC kit as well. Actually, no, I've had 3. I've had the 9-ball kit. I've had the, well, Seraph. I've had the mass-produced 9-ball kit. And I've had the Armored Core 3 Crest Assault variant, which has like it's a lightweight that has a machine gun and grenade launcher. And I had that one first, and that was pretty brittle, but it was kind of okay. It was the first kit I ever got, I think, from AC. Then I got the Seraph kit, and I got the mass-produced 9-ball kit. Out of all of them, the mass-produced 9-ball kit is the only one I recommend. The one that's the boss from Armored Core 1, just on its own, that you see twice in the game, and that is a mass-produced version in Last Raven. That's the only one I recommend, because it has Gundam-level quality for its plastic. And the best way I can explain it is, you know, like when you cut into a Gundam kit and it has a little bit of resistance, but it's almost like you're cutting through butter or something. It's pretty smooth for the most part. You don't really catch on anything, and it feels really nice to work with, but it's still strong. Yeah, basically, it's that level of quality for plastic on the mass-produced 9-ball, but on Seraph in particular, no joke, when you cut into it with the knife, it feels like you were scratching on a chalkboard with your knife. It is terrible. No. It's like obviously, for everyone in here, you've probably built like tons of kits. You'll know what I mean when I say you cut through certain plastics and it feels smooth and really nice as an experience. Seraph is not one of those. It does not hold up well. Like, all the older kits, pretty much, with the exception of like 1 or 2, are really bad. Let's see. While I'm on the topic of talking, while I'm chatting here, I'll go like an SD and mess around. Can't wait for AC6 DLC. The Pale Ride is amazing. Oh, so yeah, for people who haven't been on recently, I'll show you what's going on, because I'm doing these as individual videos and streams as well. So I just chill out after every single stream that I do, like when I release new content for this. But yeah, I'll show off the rider again, and we'll show off the other riders, because I've made all of them, because of course I have. And you'll get to see the individual ones in their own videos in action. But yeah, I spent so long on this. Obviously, me and this thing have history on GBO2, so I just had to make it. It's been on my list of things to make for ages, but I could never get the head down. I actually used the Gym Striker as a base to build it. I even, like I was saying before, I used Damon's Bullpup as an example for what I wanted to do, and then mixed it with my older version of the Bullpup to get this really clean looking thing that looked really good. It's still following my simplistic style, but it's got just a tiny bit of detail on it. Then we got obviously the 180 cannon, which I remade. Then obviously we have the leg stuff, which again I have to thank Damon for, because the launchers I used for the legs are really good, but the thruster pods on the legs specifically were Damon's idea, because I couldn't think of how to do leg thrusters good. looking like Gundam ones. So actually, I should really go back for all the suits that I put leg thrusters on now and just remake those in the same style. It would just work really well. So yeah, always shout out people when I'm doing collab stuff like this, where I'm trying to think of a good solution for something, because when I can't think of stuff, it's always good just to reach out to somebody else and be like, hey, do you know how to do this? Because I'm kind of struggling. The knees need a tiny bit of fixing because they clip just a little bit, but it's not too bad the way that I've covered it up. Yeah, I love posing this thing now. It's so good. It looks really nice like that with the twin sabers out. Oh yeah, I've already made the variants. I'll show off the variants just normally, just like this, and then we'll keep chatting for a little bit, and I'll put AC6 on as well in a bit. I always heard that Koto kits explode after a few years, even if you don't touch them, says Xram. Yeah, it's not. It's sad, because Koto have some interesting designs, but like I was saying, Seraph just doesn't stand up under its own weight, or the fact that it doesn't have a stand doesn't help. So want to see a Pale Rider X new Gundam, says Corsair. Funny thing is, I was mentioning it at the beginning of the stream, and I was like, technically, I could make any variant of this now, even like fan variants. So I'm half tempted to deliberately do what I did with the Hazel and make a full armor variant, which is basically based off the the full armor Gundam. So imagine if where is it? Imagine if I mixed the full armor Thunderbolt with the Pale Rider. That would be nuts. Got that made 2 years ago, says Corsair. Oh, nice. Oh my god, nice idea. Yeah, mixing the Thunderbolt, which is one of the really cool, awesome suit designs that I like, with the Pale Rider would be pretty neat. Just to see those twin shields from the backpack or the shoulders on the sides of the Pale Rider. And then maybe putting, like, if I can, additional armor on it to armor it up a little bit. Kind of mimicking the Striker a little bit. I think that'd be pretty cool, kind of experimenting a little bit. Or I could even have a laugh and make the Pale Rider Heavy Arms, or Giant Arms, sorry, by giving it the Psycho Gundam Arms from the TR6. Or would it be the TR... Would it be... No, TR1 is the Hazel, if I remember rightly. Because it's the Hazel Giant Arms that I've got. So yeah, that'd be funny to have the Pale Rider Giant Arms. Pale Rider Semi-Armor. Ooh, interesting. Damon says, no worries, man. It was just me brainstorming, but it's looking great. So here we go. We're going to go through all the stuff that we've got in shop at the moment, because I keep a massive backup of all of these. I actually still need to back up the Pale Riders, but apart from that, everything else in here is backed up. The riders need to be added to my long list of suits, because I've made over like 150 suits easily in like 4 years. So we got the backup Pale Rider file, which is one that I was using just in case I messed up the first one, because the head and everything. We then have the Red Rider in Hades, I think? Is it Hades or one of the other variants of Hades? But yeah, we got the Red Rider. Difference, as you can see, being that it's red, obviously. And slight bits of the armor have been changed. We'll go ahead and we'll show these off in the photo mode. So if we put on the Zweihander there. I've tried building in M.A.S.S Builder, but I can never get anything to look good. The sad thing is, it takes a lot of time to learn how to really do this, but it's why I'm going to be finishing off my tutorial video for my simplistic style, because I know a lot of people just want to get into it and enjoy building without it taking forever, So I figure if I can make it easy for people, then the level of entry should lower significantly. Because nobody wants to spend... Realistically, I know there are people that want to really add detail to the suits, and they can spend like a week doing one suit, and I'm not against those type of people, I'm really not. But the thing is, it's like, obviously with the fact that I was making a lot of these in the run-up to my kid being born, obviously I didn't have a massive amount of time, especially with working on a giant animation as well. So I simplified my design so that I could just enjoy building like in any other game, you know, not focus too much on too small details. But the way that I've done it is I get all the details in the right places and it looking decent with an overall simplistic and clean look. And honestly, I think it works really well for the game. I'm not even like boasting or anything, I just really like it. But of course, that's just from my perspective. Again, I know people that love adding tons of detail to suits. Got nothing against them, just this works for your average builder that just wants to enjoy making every variant of every suit, you know. But yeah, we got the Red Rider here in the different poses. That one looks pretty cool. It looks great, dude. Just wait until we get to the other ones. Because I'm doing individual videos of these as well. And I'll be doing streams after each one to show them off a little bit more. Rather than the 10-minute videos that we get. But yeah, we got the different poses. They always look good. Including if I put him in like a really dark environment here like this, it'll show off the Hades. We got the Chad one of him walking towards the camera there. Got that one with him really angry, and then the sword up in midair. It's hard to make simple, says Damon. Like I was saying, once that tutorial's out, people are going to be like, oh dude, what? You know, because I took it down to its bare frame and was like, yeah, this is how I do it. Including the some of the secrets that I've never given away before, which is the head. Like parts for the head to make the head more simple. Because people do so many different things to the head, and it's just like, you really don't need to go crazy. Especially considering some of these suits that I'm making require a lot of spare parts for the head unit. But yeah, we got the Red Rider there. I can't use default parts anymore. I've tried it, but it looks too low detailed, says Damon. So we got the Red Rider. We then have Pale Rider D2, of which I spent more time on the skirt armor and everything, and redid the front of the face a little bit, because it's slightly different. So the D2, if I remember rightly, is the Pale Rider without Hades. Out of all of these, the D2 is pretty cool, especially because it's got the shield. Let's just put it in like the... Oh, crap. Controls are going a bit weird here. There we go. Titans use the Pale Rider. Nice. So we got the D2 here. I really like the D2. I give it the standard stuff though, so it has the... If I remember rightly, in the video it only uses the beam rifle, which looks very similar to the RX-78's one. So I didn't bother messing around with the RX-78's rifle, so it technically uses the same one. I don't know whether I've used that pose for the thumbnail or whatever, but it would be pretty funny using it. But yeah, the head is slightly different, still looks aggressive. Nice shield. I really do like how the shield looks there, because shields are pretty hard to build. It uses the 78.5's rifle. Ah, nice. When I get around to making that suit then I'll change it out. But yeah, making shields is hard on this, so that was pretty cool. I also focused a little bit more on making the front skirts here look a little bit good, so it's got a little bit of extra detail there, but as you can see on the back, it kind of goes a bit funny there. But of course, I don't focus on the back skirts too much, because you really don't bother to look at them too much. And then of course, we've got the details, like the different thruster pack, which has more thrusters in it. That's built up on the neck and the back, if I remember rightly, like usual, because I do that neat little trick to save myself more room for different parts. But yeah, the D2 overall is a pretty cool suit. I've given it very simplistic, sort of RX-78 style loadout, but it works for it, you know, when everything else is using crazy weapons. It helps to have something that's more simplistic. To be fair, the camera's focused on the back, says Damon. I know, for the time being. Then we've got the Cavalry. The Cavalry looks cool because of its new skirt armor. And I actually do like it, but there's one problem with it. Its weapons are still slightly scuffed. And by that I mean in use. I need to find a better way of making the Shekia, I think it is, the giant gun for it. Where is it? That one? Hang on. Let's find a good pose for it. I know there's a crouching one that I used in the thumbnail, so we'll try and find that. There we go. Yeah, the Shekia armor. So, the Shekia is really good, and I based it as close as I could on the model kit. I ended up pulling up, I think it was Zach Aurelius or Mecha Guy Kotu's videos again for use on it. And I ended up using some of the newer parts to make it look even cleaner than my older version was. That I used for, I think it was the Red Giant's ground Gundam. But the thing is, it's slightly scuffed because certain parts are attached to the actual gun barrel here. So when I shoot, the entire like front of the gun barrel plus the missile pod bay doors spin round and go out of position. So I actually need to fix that before I do a video of it. So it's the only one that's messed up. It's the only one that doesn't have a video recorded of it yet because of how screwed up it is. Like, I'll show you it for a laugh. I'll show you what the bug is, because it was annoying me when I saw it, because I was like, is that M.A.S.S builder that's bugged out? And it's like, no, it's not M.A.S.S builder, it's just me that I've screwed it up because of how M.A.S.S builder works. Because, again, M.A.S.S builder it's more like a puzzle game than anything else. I keep saying to everybody that, for me at least, M.A.S.S builder is a puzzle game of trying to get the right parts to make these builds and make them look good within the parts limitations. You know, because you only have so many parts that you can use. So it's a case of, it's a puzzle game trying to make this thing look good while also you know, keeping within the parts count. Game Master THX says, Pale Rider better than Gundam Marine type. I actually need to make the Marine type as well. So here we go. If I use the Shekia here, looks good, sounds good. Really like that, but then when we look at the front of it, you can see the missile pod and the beam, like the mega beam barrel, are off center now. And that's because of where I've positioned them. So I need to unscuff them there. They're just like floating in midair, and if I shoot more, you'll see the move position again. They're just slightly off at the end of the barrel there. Try to see if you can see it rolling around at the end. Yep, now they're slightly to the side again. That's because of just how I've placed them when I've been trying to use it. But when we switch weapon, they're fine again, but then when I use the weapon again, it's broken again, so... Oh, that reminds me, I tried doing the beam javelin, but it's slightly scuffed on the way that it looks. It doesn't look big enough. It looks more like a beat stick than anything else, you know, so I'm not so sure on the beam javelin. I might need to try and extend it and make it bigger, because that just so looks like a beat stick at the moment. It's not even funny. Like, I definitely think the actual one looks better, like the one from GBO, obviously. Take off the minigun barrel and replace it with a fake one. I have a pretty good beam javelin, says Damon. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. Damon says I'm prototyping stuff. Nice. Colors are accurate, says Exram. I try and get them as accurate as possible. The funny thing is, I eyeball everything. Like, literally all of this is done by eyes. I never, like, try and copy, you know, the colors from the actual, like, source material or whatever. As in, like, taking the hex value. I'll normally just do it by eye, which is crazy. It's also why I like doing this kind of thing with M.A.S.S Builder, because it's one thing that I've been doing for ages with 3D modeling, is if it looks good and you've done everything by eye, then it's kind of impressive, even if you are copying somebody else's work. You know. Here's the Dullahan. I've deliberately given the Dullahan the shield and the spear mainly. The thing is, it can't use them both at the same time, and the shield cannot be bigger than this. So it's kind of disappointing. It ends up going around looking like this if I want to use a saber and have the shield out. The shield took me ages to do. I just wish I could have it be bigger. Because if I could have it be bigger, it'd be brilliant. Because that's the same tower shield as the gym guard type. Let's give him a cool position like that. But yeah, that took me ages to do, but it was really cool with the Gatling gun parts that we got recently. So that tower shield, man, it's crazy. It looks good when we've got like positions like this, but because it's not big enough, it's a bit disappointing when you're trying to actually run the Dullahan as you would do. You can see how small it is there. It's like, it's nowhere near where it needs to be. It looks pretty good. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna like say it doesn't look good. I spent ages trying to do it. But like, it's just rough, you know. It's rough because of how small it is compared to the actual thing. You should try to make some of the brown with decals and give yourself more slots. Yeah, that's true. That one's actually a good pose for the Gatling shield there. Yeah, that's the Dullahan, the Halloween suit from GBO. And by that I mean it was used for the Halloween event. So yeah, that's the Dullahan. Then we get the interesting ones. This is one of Shoga's favorites. This is the Black Rider. Again, I'm going to be putting up gameplay videos, and then I'm actually going to be using these in stream as well. But this is just to show them off before the videos actually come out, because the videos make them look really good. Black Rider, again, has twin heat daggers that are reversed, so they look more like this. This thing took me a while to figure out the head unit, and then I just ended up doing the most simplistic thing ever, which was using one piece, if I remember rightly. Was a good pose for it. There we go. We'll do it like that instead. Ended up redoing the front skirts because they needed to be done a little bit differently there. So that's cool. Did you make the white one? Oh yeah, you can be sure I made all of the riders. You can make the daggers smaller. I mean, yeah, but I liked having them like this. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I got this one accurate as well. I even like the stealth generators that I've got going there. I had to attach them to, I can't remember whether it was the backpack or the something else. I know they were launchers, but it's like, I had to camouflage them, and I can't remember how. I think they're actually inside the backpack somewhere. But yeah, those stealth generators, man, I was actually afraid that I might not be able to get them done really well, and instead it came out nicely. And the cool thing is, I even replaced the vents with the new missile pod items. Like, you can see them there. There's a couple of them that make up the details on the front, and they just look so good for vents. And then there's that head. The funny thing is, you can easily tell what parts I'd used for the visor there. It's literally just one part. And then I've just put like 4 different ones for the lights there. You know. I tried making the same one and couldn't get the generators right. Nice workaround. Dude, these generators, man, they were pretty simple. You can see which ones I'm using, well, which parts I'm using there now. There's a couple of the different larger cylinder parts on top of the large launchers. And then it's just all mainly connector parts. You know. Pretty cool to actually do those. And then I've been as accurate as I can with the wire launcher on the forearm and everything. So I have to go and make that out of a certain number of parts as well. So that was pretty cool to make and then have it be posed, especially like this or something, and then we put it in a neat little environment. Like that one looks nice because the red. Then if we put it in the indoor area with that one, it kind of camouflages itself in, which is really cool until we move around the Did you end up using my Gelgu arms? Yes, I did. I looked at the parts and copied them as best as I could. You'll get to see in a sec on the VG. So yeah, that's the Black Rider. Then, as Game Master THX has stated, I built the White Rider, because why not? The White Rider was one of the main ones that I wanted to try, and it just ended up being a little bit of a pain because of that goddamn head. Because as you can see, it mixes up what essentially is... It mixes up a Gundam faceplate with a Pale Rider side cheeks, and then has a helmet-looking thing with, you know, that looks like samurai or like a Middle Eastern style inspired helmet. And then it has to have the crown on it, which has to have 8 antennae on it. So the crown alone is 8 parts for just the antennae. And for anyone that builds like heads in Mass Builder, you'll know automatically this is an absolute nightmare. You know, to work with like only 16 parts for the rest of the head and make it look clean. No, it was hard. It was one of the hardest things that had me freaking out. But then, of course, when I got that done, then it was just a case of doing the cape armor that it's got there. Again, we kept the simplified design for like the front skirts and rear skirts because it's not really a big issue. And then when it comes to the Shekia here, I ended up designing it as a mega beam rather than the launcher version that the cavalry used. Primarily because then I can use the large beam effect on it. So I might make 2 versions, one that uses the Gatling gun, one that uses the Mega Beam, but I actually do like how that looks. Funny thing is you can't actually see it though, you'd have to look over it, but I've tried getting it as accurate as I can to the other Shekia, because it's the proto one, with obviously the barrel extended and the side prongs used so it can make that bow looking thing. But yeah, that's really cool. I like that. That was hard to make with only 16 parts, I think, because of all the details I wanted to add. And then we get into the interesting stuff. More collab stuff between me and Damon. Me and Damon just make an awesome team, like coming up with different ideas for different parts. So, here we go. Here's the VG now. The VG is a Pale Rider that's got Gelgoog arms and twin beam Naginatas, which is pretty nuts. There we go. So what I ended up doing with this one, as you can see, it's slightly different colors as well for the thighs and forearms, and I've put it in Hades for the sake of it. To make it different than all the other ones. It also has different missile pods on the legs, which is pretty nuts. But the forearms here actually changed because of them using Gelgoog forearms. So yeah, what happened was Damon had done a particularly fantastic Gelgoog build, so I just took those arms and copied them the best that I could, with obvious, you know, sort of like, here's some close-ups of what I used. See what you can do. So it took, I think it was 1 or 2 attempts to get these arms looking really good. But I think I've got them roughly the same here, using similar parts. So that's pretty cool. That's the VG. The VG was actually pretty easy outside of the Gelgoog arms to do. And then the final one, which was one of the other easier ones to do, the space type. Amazing build, says David. Thank you very much, man. Couldn't have done it without you. So the space type, the only difference between the Pale Rider and the Pale Rider space type is the Gatling gun. So instead of going crazy and making a completely new one from scratch, I just used the stock one and added a couple of parts onto it. Because it's not a big deal. We also included the ammo pack round the back. And then if I go to Twin Sabers there for a moment, you can actually see I've made up what are supposed to be like fuel tanks or thruster things. I've made them using some pretty simplistic parts here. I think it's like 3 or 4 parts, and put them on, I think it's either the side skirts or the rear. Either way, they stay pretty nicely. You know, and then we can go ahead and use the Gatling in all kinds of poses, and it looks pretty cool and intimidating. Stock Gatling is pretty decent. I do like the design of it. Yeah, we can get it in all kinds of nice flying poses. I do like the crouch ones like this, especially with the 180. Where is it? Imagine the space Pale Rider with the 180 from the ground type. That would be nuts. You know. But yeah, the space type with the Gatling is pretty fun to use. You'll see it in the video when I put out the video. It's a lot of DACA. But as well, I don't have the missile pods on that one. I think it does have missile pods. I'm not sure. I can easily make them again. Would be doing infinite flips. Surprisingly enough, it was hard to find close-ups of the modifications done to the Gatling as well for the kit, so I can actually make this one. But yeah, what I've tried to do is occasionally change up the frames by putting some of them in Hades, and then as you can see, there's the tutorial suit, which is literally just the Pale Rider space type. Because what I did was I've been using it in videos to break down how I do this stuff, specifically certain areas that I clean up pretty simply. And I just go through and show like what, like at the moment the video's up to, I think it's the legs. And what I've been doing is I take it back to its bare frame at the beginning and show just what parts I use for the basic frame. And then we slowly build up from the feet. And we do like the legs. I show exactly how I get that shape on the legs so it looks like the calves are rounded. We go through the thighs and the upper armor. And then I think I've just done the legs. So then I'm going to be focusing on the core and the arms, because the arms are pretty simple. And then we're going to be showing off a little couple of tricks with the head to give people more variety when it comes to parts. So it should make the barrier for entry on Gundam suits, specifically Fedi ones, be a lot lower in future. And again, it's not as if I'm giving away every single secret. I still keep my faceplate secrets to myself for obvious reasons, because it sounds terrible, but it gives me the edge. You know, when everybody else is trying to show off their content and trying to get the edge, especially, it's more on YouTube than anything else. Like, when people are doing YouTube and putting out massive amounts of content, and there's got to be one thing that makes you stick out from the competition, then yeah, the faceplates and just the other little details for me doing heads, that's how I keep myself relevant. So I know a couple of people said, dude, you word this terribly, you know, you should really change how you word that. It's like, nah, man, it keeps me relevant, you know. We're all trying to one-up each other, but at the same time, we're all just trying to, you know, enjoy the game. Like, people have been asking me about faceplates for 4 years, and I've still not told anyone. But I tell them close things, like, for instance, I tell them stuff to do with the SDs here. Because that's no big deal. It's mass builder death sports. I'd say... I'm just going to play with this one more time, and then we'll go on AC6. I'd say with Mass Builder, the way that I treat it is incredibly fun to play, you know, to enjoy with everybody else, and to collectively help improve builds, apart from when you see stuff like this, because SDs aren't meant to be used. SDs are not meant to be used. So you see some kind of like weird thing. But collectively, it's a fun game to get together with certain members of the community and improve your builds so you can produce stuff like this and it'll look really nice, you know, in game, and you can enjoy being proud of something that you've made. But for any of the other bigger creators that have an active community and that have a lot of people that are on YouTube following them, you can be damn well sure they're not going to give away their secrets, because that's the one thing that keeps people going back to their channel, rather than people saying, well, why do I have to go back to this guy's channel when I can just make it myself, you know? It all makes sense. It sounds absolutely terrible, but it's how it is on YouTube, you know? It's why you'll see build videos from content creators, but sometimes they'll either skip over bits, or they'll show it like really quick so you can't really tell what parts they're using. You know, most of the time. It's like, I wouldn't say it was a bad thing, it's more the way that I word it sometimes can sound bad. Everybody has their own unique gimmick in the mass builder community, which is why I enjoy it so much, because you can see a wide variety of builders. But when it comes to multiple builders in the same sort of category, in terms of like building Gundam or whatever, you'll find that people will either stick to one way of doing things, so they'll do like maybe all double O or all seed or whatever, or maybe double O and seed because they're really popular, and also because they've got that design really down in some way, shape or form. Or they'll maybe like only do one or two because they're not quite sure on the build. You know. And then you got plenty of people asking me for advice, and I'm like, just keep building, just keep playing and keep building and keep looking at everybody else's builds, because it helps. You know, it's like, I didn't have the same start that everybody else has now, where there are a lot of builds that are given out for free that people can use as like starting points to really get an idea of what to do. But some starting points that people put out now are actually really good, including some like really close-up images for like face masks and stuff. When I started out, I actually had to ask for help from John. If John's still in chat, John will be able to confirm that, because John was the one that actually helped give me a start on faceplates, and I ended up changing his tactic for using faceplates, because he came up with one for Noble Gundam, which was actually pretty interesting. And I looked at John's build and was like, okay, I can recognize those parts. I'll just try using them, but in different ways. And I ended up switching it up so many times, trying to get it down. So not even I went into it and immediately knew what the hell I was doing, you know. It's a great community with great competition. We all just love people's builds. The one thing that I don't promote in Mass Builder is people being so competitive that they're literally just like being really toxic to anybody else in the community. Like, I might sound a bit off sometimes when I'm saying something, but I don't mean anything bad by what I'm saying, and it's not exactly as if I'm sat there like, oh, I'm in a position where I can talk smack about people or just say what I want. Totally not what I'm thinking when I'm talking to people. I literally try and give people the best advice possible, while also not giving away my little thing that makes me relevant, or rather keeps me relevant. And people will be like, dude, you know, why not share? It's like, well, it's because people have to learn if they want to get better. I personally went through that, you know, so it's like, I've said it before, if I was just to share all my builds, then people wouldn't learn anything from it. They'd just use the builds and just record on top of them, and I wouldn't get any credit or anything. You know, which is big if you're like an artist or something, because if you're an artist, I'm comparing it to art now, but if you're an artist and you do like artwork, you'll know if somebody uses your stuff in like something else, you want credit for that. You know, even if it's something so simple, you want credit to know that you helped out, which is why I love crediting people like Damon in builds, where I'm like, I needed this, Damon provided the answer, you know, or helped out with it. because it means it's not just my build then. But like when people don't credit, which I know the vast majority of people won't, they'll just take the build and run with it, and then just upload a video, and then the next moment you'll find that if it's a popular creator, they'll end up actually making more off the build than you would in its entire lifespan. You know, that's what I don't like the idea of, is the whole thing of I could spend like hours doing something, and then somebody immediately comes in and bam, there we go. You know. It's the only problem when you're doing stuff for YouTube is there's actually money involved, which is what makes me sound terrible, but it's understandable, you know. Essentially, it's like you're selling a product even though it's technically not a product. And if somebody comes in and kind of takes your product and sells it for more on their own place and is more successful than you, then, you know, it's tough luck. Like, if there wasn't monetary stuff involved, then I'd have no problems. That's the one thing. It's like, well, just don't upload to YouTube then. It's like, no, because it's content, man. Everybody likes content. Everybody likes content. Everybody likes a constant stream of content. Damon says, doesn't sound too bad. You're running it fine. We all have our own styles. Some of us stick to our niches and some of us experiment with new things. Creativity in games messes a lot of things up. Sometimes, yeah. It's difficult when it comes to YouTube, but very difficult to stay relevant with all the competition. Exactly right. Like, I can tell you now, there's a lot of builders that are on M.A.S. that make different things. Like, how many times have you seen, like, either Godzilla or Ava or Optimus Prime? They're all really popular, but they're all done in different ways that make them unique. But once you've seen quite a few of them, unless it's a different take on the same design, then you can pretty much turn around and be like, yeah, I've seen that before, you know. But I like it when people try new stuff. Like, for instance, there's a couple of people, I think it's Odysseus, it might be, in M.A.S. Builders Discord, that builds a lot of Transformers stuff, but I think he also builds Power Rangers stuff now. He's been building all the Zords from Power Rangers. That's really cool. There's a couple of people that do different styles of Gundam, which I actually like, because, like, you can tell they put more detail in than I do. And you've got my simplistic style, then you've got people that put in way more time into the very minute details. And that way it kind of, it differentiates the builds from each other, you know. So everybody stays relevant. It's just a case of whether you get recommended in the algorithm then after that. You know, because the algorithm favors the ones that get popular and then continue to ride that popularity. Which is why I've tried making as many suits as possible, because it's like, come on, surely one of these will be a hit. And instead it only seems to be stuff since M.A.S. Builder first launched rather than anything else. Yeah. Damon says, I've said this a few times, I used to make music on Little Big, and a lot of it got used and stolen. You would have infinite copies of the same music and it would be untraceable. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, you know. It's like, I've always joked and said, if I ever leave M.A.S. Builder or something happens to me, I'll just put like a, you know, like a dead man trigger on my my entire collection of Gundams. You know, so everybody can just have them. But the thing is, it's like, again, it's that concern of just like, you wouldn't be able to tell what I'd actually done if I just give them out. Because people would just deliberately go straight to the head, see what I'd done, and find any other way of doing it or simplifying it, and then bam, there we go. That's it. I wouldn't be known for anything else after that, so it's pretty sad. I suggest you play more than 2 to 3 games, otherwise you become reliant on those games' relevance. Yeah, I need to. It's like I do play a load more games, or have played a load more games in the past, but it's just one of those things where at the moment I'm only playing a couple because of me doing other things at the same time, like doing animating and stuff. You know. Yeah, I do need to do a lot more with channel. It's like I've been saying for ages, I'm just literally still touching the iceberg of this channel in terms of what I want to do with it. Because like, for instance, I was mentioning the games collection before, we have like over 700 games that I actually want to play through. You know, and do a lot of them on the channel, so that'll be fun when I can actually do that. But that's going to be after I've done this giant animation that I'm working on for Undertale. So for anyone that's been waiting on all those games that I've been talking about for years, like Front Mission 3 and stuff, on the original PlayStation, then yeah, I want to go back to Spyro as well, so I might actually go get the Spyro trilogy on Steam so we can play through that again, because I absolutely love Spyro. Oh, it's gonna be good. I feel like animating is a good market right now, looking at Digital Circus and has been. Oh yeah, animating is pretty decent at the moment with the popularity that it's getting from indie animators. Let's do Command Gundam there. Yeah, it's like I was saying, the whole thing is trying to juggle what I'm doing at the moment. Like, I don't mind juggling everything, it's just finding the time to do it. Which is why a lot of these streams are late at night at the moment. You may try and do the right thing, but other people might not have the same morals as yourself as X-Ram. Yeah, it's like, whenever I've tried to say this before, you know, like, Nice Grenades, I've recently updated them. Because of the most recent update. But, like, I need to make the machine gun for this actually now, because it needs it. I should do that and then just like do a new video of this because it's only got the combat knife and the missile pods at the moment. When it comes to explaining me and the way that I've treated M.A.S.S Builder on YouTube, I've explained it to the community before, but again, a lot of people just be like, dude, you're selfish, you know, this is terrible. And I'm like, guys, I understand where you're coming from. I have no problem with what you're saying. It's just like, kind of got to understand it from my point of view, you know. And some of them just don't want to. I'm not got anything against those people. It's just, it's kind of unfortunate when I'm bringing it up and I'm like, look, it's competition, man. I gotta stay relevant, especially when money's involved, and everyone's just like, dude, that's kind of sick. It's just like, I gotta get money somehow, you know, even if it's only a tiny bit. What's selfish? So the idea behind it is that I'm keeping over 100 builds to myself that I've personally built, and people want to learn from them and use them and just play with them and have fun with them the same way that I'm doing. But because I won't share, it seems to other people that it's selfish, and I'm like, nah, it kind of isn't, you know. Again, this isn't me smack talking anybody when I say this stuff. It's more me just explaining it so I can kind of see what other people's reactions are. You know, because there's no way I'd be that stupid to just like disrespect, or stupid, selfish, and just downright disrespectful, you know, just to start throwing shade at people. I have no beef with anybody from the M.A.S.S community. Not that I know of, anyway. Oh, come on, seriously? I'm trying to use this, and I think it's because I've changed the button. Yeah, it is. It's because I had Quantum Burst at the same time. Or Quantum Break, sorry. The game is about building, it's all in the name. Indeed. It's your hard work, you take pictures, which is honestly enough. Honestly, even without build stealing, they gotta realize you can't build a good community off people who skip the build. Yeah, it's like, it's why I try and promote, you know, like the entire community working together to just keep playing the game and obviously keep building better. Because the way I see it is nobody gets good at something if they're just given the answer, and then people will be like, well, you know, why don't you just give us the build so that we can see how you're doing stuff and then we can improve? And it's like, I understand, but again, at the same time, it comes back to the relevance conversation. You know, it's just like, instead, I can help you along the way and I can provide you with answers that other people have made that will produce significantly good builds, better than just stock builds. But I can't give you the answer that you want, which is, give us exactly what we want, which is your secret. You know. Like, nobody will ever probably see eye to eye with me on that from that side of the community that obviously doesn't agree with me. But I can at least go the middle ground and help people, you know, because I'm not a nasty guy. I'm really not. I try and make myself as easy to get along with as possible. It's just, obviously, some people don't like the way that I do certain things. Again, it's one of those things, I can't make everybody like me. That's impossible, but I can try and get along with as many people as possible so I don't end up being somebody who's completely hated. Because that's the one thing that I don't want. Ooh. Love the way the command Gundam's doing alright here for a an SD build. With just a knife. Oh. Let's see, says Damon. I mean, the leap from last year to now is crazy. What we can do is insane. Indeed. Like, the new parts and everything is so good. I like seeing people... The one thing I like out of everything in mass build is seeing people improve. Like, no joke, when you see somebody, like, building, and you think, oh, they're just sticking with it, only for a little bit while they do, like, one build that they really enjoy. They do that one build, and they might leave the game alone for a little bit, or you don't see them for a while, and then all of a sudden they drop this, like, one build that's totally fire. And you're just like, dude, that looks so awesome. And they're like, yeah, so anyway, I spent a lot of time just, like, looking at stuff in the community and researching and playing around with stuff, and the next minute, just really cool-ass build. You know. I think a lot of people don't get that as well, as part of Mass Builder is just, like... It's definitely community interaction. I definitely think it's the interaction with the community, like, taking somebody's build. Not physically, but I mean, like, looking at somebody's setup, how they've done something, and then trying to copy it from the images. You know, it's hard, but it's fun at the same time, you know. It's what helps people, is just them trying to do that kind of thing, and then people chime in and give them, like, examples of what's been done before, or tell them how they can do stuff better, and the next minute, boom, they're putting out a lot better content. It's cool seeing that. Damon says, if you ask us, we'll help all we can. Oh yeah. Like, that's the thing I like about the Mass Build Discord, as well, is the fact that people aren't afraid of helping. Like, I'm always down for encouraging people and helping them. But I'm not going to give them the exact answer, which is, which parts do you use down to the exact number? You know, instead I'll be like, so anyway, this looks cool. You know, this looks cool, you can do this, other people have done this, it'll give you a really nice looking build. Play around with the parts for a little bit, make it look better if you want. You'll learn over time which parts look the best one, you know, for this sort of build. By the way, this entire thing is not me complaining or ranting about the community, it's more me just sort of putting out my perspective of things. Especially when we've been in it for like 4 years. You know. Well, that and being one of the more vocal parts of the community as well. It's the funny thing, actually, when I kind of take it for granted with the position that I have in the community. And everybody be like, dude, you're just a guy that builds stuff, but no, it's... You know, it's the whole deal of once you get more vocal enough, people start listening a lot more. So I tend to be one of the more vocal members of the community that has a little bit of sway. Which I obviously don't take for granted. People struggling and you think they gave up and then see them weeks later and they're super proud of themselves. It's like, I forgot this map existed, says Damon. The one that I liked recently was one of the guys that came in and wanted to build Wing Zero. So I turned around and gave him pointers based on the images from my SD that I got up in here. And they were like, dude, yeah, this is awesome. I made wings, and I looked at the wings, and the wings are actually better than mine. And I was like, dude, that looks awesome. He's like, yeah, I'll just share it for free. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to make an upgraded version of my full one, you know, that looks a lot better now, just to make myself feel good. No, I'm messing. I'm not that bad. I just thought, you know what? My old one is really bad, so I need to improve it, because honestly, my Wing Zero is like 4 years old, I think. It's terrible. Looks absolutely terrible compared to this RX-78, which looks really good. I just need to upgrade the chest a little bit more, because I can see issues with the armor that can be resolved, like my Pale Rider. You help the community in more ways than people know. That's the thing, it's like, I never flaunt that. I'll turn around and say, yeah, I'm vocal. But I'll never turn around and be like, yeah, so anyway, this is what I did for the community. I say that, and I think I've actually got streams of me going, so anyway, I kind of helped here. Completely counteracts my argument, but... Dude, I've done this chest so much more cleaner on the freaking Pale Rider, and it's only a small tweak. Like, look at it. I need to redo those again now. That looks so much more cleaner, and I even know what I did for it as well. That's the funniest thing. People be like, you should know what you did, you built it. It's like, yeah, but it's the parts, man. It's those parts. Like, oh, screw this. I'm making it cleaner now. Hang on, where's the RX-78 instead of the Gym Striker? I'll do that, and then I'll go on AC for like an hour or something. I'm doing this now, he's showing off his secrets to chest armor. So we got this here, right? E and F should be copies of each other. Right? And the whole deal with this is it's 59 though, which is a small part. But the problem is, it looks trash there, because it clips through that, and it doesn't go all the way to the back. So it looks a little bit weird, and thus the vents look weird, especially because then I think it's A that's sat down a little bit too low as well. So it doesn't line up properly. It looks alright. Looks quite good, but not like my Pale Rider, which admittedly I was just kind of winging it, and it just worked out. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to try and fix this on stream now, which I've not done in ages because I don't like being put under pressure of potentially getting stuff wrong. But we're gonna change out some of the parts here. I'm gonna make this look a little bit better. So I think, if I remember rightly, on the Pale Rider, I added it at this kind of an angle. Could be wrong. I guess we'll find out. I think it's about roughly about that. I'm going to have to change some of the parts at the back as well. But the reason we do this is because it covers that area. And we can just push that in a little bit. And then I can lower it slightly, right? And that goes all the way to the back. Now I just need to bring that in scale-wise. Once I've done one, the best part is it'll copy over to the other side. So we just bring that in there. Right, that's already looking a tad bit cleaner. A tad bit. We might have to actually copy quite a few more parts here, but let's just see F. Yeah, F's the same. Copy. E to F. He's showing off his secrets on stream! He said he wouldn't. Nah, I'm messing. Let's see what A is here. Yeah, A is the wrong part. The reason why is because I used to use this part here because it's large, right? I never thought about that sustainment. See, this is why I still have tricks up my sleeve to this day. So what we'll be doing is we'll instead be using another large part here, which is going to be 301. Right? And that is because we can make that wide, like the previous one, if not a bit wider. And then hopefully, which way is it? We can turn this upside down because we don't want these. Like, in this type of design, when I want it clean, we don't want these metallic parts on this side, right? So we're just going to rotate that. I can imagine for a laugh somebody's getting a notebook now and be like, quick, take notes! We just need to line these up with each other now and it'll look a lot cleaner. I just bring that in a little bit. Oh. I need to bring it down so it matches up with the rest of this, right? A lot of my Xeon builds are easy compared to the hard angles of Gundam's system. I don't like rounded edges. I'm allergic to rounded edges. Right, so if I do that there, I try and bring that in so they line up a little bit better. And it's that rotation that I need. It's the rotation, and then we bring it in a little bit more. About there. It has to go down a little bit. Oh, there we go, right? And then that part underneath there that's clipping, whatever it is, I need to fix that. Might need something else there. Hang on. It's already looking better. See what armor. Oh god, dude, wrong armor. I think it's that one. That one makes it look slightly thinner, which is what I needed. I want to know what that is there, that tiny bit that's sticking out. Let's see. It's not something there. It's not that, which means it's got to be something to do with C, I think. Let's try and adjust it and see what we get. No, okay, I was wrong. So what the heck is it then? E? No, so it's got to be part of the stock armor then, right? What the? Hang on. It's not E or F. A maybe? That is strange. It's one of the other parts that I'm not quite aware of. G-H-A-B, maybe? No, B's? Oh, wait, no, yep, there we go, it's B. Dude, why did I even do that? Why did I even do that then? It was so stupid. Now I've got another slot on the torso that's free. Oh. Just need that position just a little bit better. Oh, no. Just realized then I need that to be... Need that to be further this way a little bit, or... Ah! Hang on. It's because of that there, right? Because I need it to be a certain position so it covers up that area, but I also need it to be just the right angle for the... Oh, that's not actually too bad because of the front vents there. Let's just bring it in a little bit and then... Oh. And then back on the blue a little bit. Oh, and then we'll rotate it. 71, 70? No. It's where it's positioned that's a bit off now. I'll take it. That's cleaner. That's cleaner. I'll take that. And then we can do this little trick here. H and G have got to be same here, so we go align, mirror, G. Hey, torso's cleaner immediately. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. No, I'm not looking at that really bad torso that I had before. Oh, dude, look at that. It looks so much... Oh, I'm going to have to... I'm gonna have to get a close-up of that. That moment where something just looks better. Dude, like, outside of the shoulder armor there, around the neck potentially looking a little bit funky, but not too much, it's not really clipping. Around the back is good. I just need to change the... Did I change the way I do vents? That's another thing I didn't show off for ages, is the way that I do vents. Yeah, I might have to change that to the other one that I used for the ground Gundam. That's a cool one that I used there as well for the waist skirt. That's a really neat way of doing that with only 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. That's a good simple backpack. Oh, that one. That one's a custom one, I believe. Like, I could have used the standard one, but I actually think that's a custom one based off the neck and the back, because I do that a lot with certain suits. Just so it has a little bit of bend, but you get more parts. Oh no, I'm breaking the spine there. It's that pose. That pose is what looks good. Or where's the other one? I think it's funny because this is like one of... I think it's like the 5th or... No, it might even be more. I think it's like the 7th or 8th. Now, if you count the fixed torso, this is literally like the 8th RX-78 I've built. And I'm still improving on it here and there, you know. Which is pretty nuts when you think about, wait a minute, how clean have I done the Pale Rider legs? Because they actually look cleaner than the RX-78. Here's where I just go back and change the Pale Rider into the RX-78. Oh, I see why it looks cleaner. Okay. Nah, we good. We good. The only thing I think I might change any more on that is the shoulders. Like, see where the shoulders are? Because the Pale Riders are a little bit thinner. Just like Bandai, they keep making the granddaddy. I mean, it's not wrong. So what I've done for the shoulders here, they look pretty wide. So if I do, where is it? Because I use the same models for everything, really. I just tweak them a little bit here and there. So if we do this kind of thing instead, like the Pale Rider, we lower that because the shoulders are not too tall. And then we use, what is it, B? One thing that I've not seen many people do as well is fill in details. I'll explain that in a moment, because I'm just literally playing with one here. I can change it now. I'll be like, Dave, what did you say then? But I'll tell you the exact thing that I'm on about in a moment. Let's do it. I'm trying to look for something that's boxy. Let's try... Suppose I could use that, but it depends on the way it's facing. Hang on. Adjust, selected. Ah, there we go. Okay, so if I put that... So, what I mean by fill in detail is a lot of people will just leave frames on the interior without thinking about how they look from different angles. One of the things that I like doing is making sure that I cover up the inner frame so that it doesn't look like you can see many of the joints. So these fill-in details take up 1 or 2 slots, but what they're meant to do is fill the role of filling that gap in there so it looks a little bit bigger. You know, so like for instance here we're using a grenade launcher part, or at least we were trying to use a grenade launcher part there, but it doesn't quite work, so instead we might use a vent the other way around or something like that. Just something to really give it a bit more bulk. Like that, but sometimes it don't work, depending on which way you've got it facing. So for instance, like with this, might be able to do that. Or just not. Let's see about a round part or a square part. I used to use these quite a lot, these 2701s. 2701 is actually a really nice part. Same with like this one, 2022. If I place that, say like there, then I can just mess around with that easy. We can then put that right smack bang there, and then just build that up as big as we want, and now that's filled in that area, and then I can just rotate that however I want to try and make that look a little bit better, even though I've just rotated it back the same way it was. I wanted to do that. And then for this, maybe about there? Then we just push that back a little bit. See if that'll work. It needs to be about there. Maybe a bit less there and a bit more here. And a bit there. And then we just bring that in. Maybe not so wide. And there we go. That fills in that area there so it doesn't look like a complete gap in the geometry. And then we can just... It'll be A2 there for the red. Grenade launchers are really good for filling in details with rifles. Yeah, I like the new grenade launchers bit. That's only a slight edit there of the shoulders, just making them slightly thinner. But even then, it really helps. You know, you only see it after you've seen like a million of these things, but... Oh. It really does help make the overall shape look better. Like for this one, I think I need to fix those vents around the back eventually, but the overall head shape is really nice. Funny thing is, it's really subtle. Like the changes to the torso that I've just done and the shoulders are really subtle, but it works. When you've seen it and you know what changes have been made, it just works. Todd Howard. Nope. I'm just trying to see what pose looks the best here at the moment. Still that one for me. That one just looks really nice, even if it is. I'm just putting his fist up in the air. What I might do is like spend a little while just decaling that, you know, like a real grade. Like really finish up the areas that I think need cleaning. Mainly like the lower leg might just need a little bit more effort just to see if I can do that. Maybe the backpack and the back of the head. And then once it's been cleaned a little bit more, just turn around and decal it like a real grade and be like, right, that's it. I can't make a better granddaddy than that at the moment. Because of how many of them I've made. Dave was haunted by the spirit of God Howard. Right, let's get on AC and have a laugh on that, because I know people are going to be waiting on that. So, I'll see you on the AC stream. It's going to have no mic for obvious reasons, but I shall see you later on. And by that I mean like 5 minutes time. So thank you very much everyone, I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in a moment. Bye!